day. Here we are on the last day.
I got bacon. You put those over there for us to wash the dishes.
Smells like bacon. Oh, me. Mom, how's your trip been?
Good.
What was your favorite part?
I don't know, just all being together.
I think that was it for me too. There was a lot of really cool stuff, and both hikes were awesome. Or all 3, 4, 5, however many hikes we did were all
I didn't
awesome.
even hike much, but it was just fun.
Yeah.
And I love you, and I never get to see you this much. So I really enjoyed being with you.
And Theodore's been a blast.
I get to see Olivia a lot, but I don't get to see you as much, and I miss you.
What you doing, Marianne?
Making the last camp breakfast.
Breakfast. Fort.
Gross. Amanda's his blood 3 times today.
Why?
I think it was a warmer, drier night last night.
Have you told it not to do that?
They did actually 3 times.
You may notice that we're all wearing short sleeves, and it is actually significantly warmer today than it has been the rest of the trip. Which makes me think that probably it's going to be like unbearably hot midday today.
Yeah, very, very lucky timing for this evening.
Yeah, well, we did some not optimal time of the day hikes, but they were wonderful.
And we lived.
This whole trip has just been incredible. What a way to start off a year.
And to end one.
And to end one, yeah.
I was trying to figure out why it didn't feel like I'd eaten my orange, and then I looked at Theodore's plate and I peeled my orange and gave it to him.
Yeah.
Theo, don't
And so I was looking at my empty orange peel, and then
You're gonna kick it off.
Don't put your feet in your plate.
The next step is to get everything packed up. It's all out. Now we just have to get it all in.
Are you gonna eat this orange?
I might.
It might.
Ugh.
All right, last day. Campsite's cleaned up. Cars started and loaded. Put into road tripping mode. We're kind of sad to leave. Marianne did, as she always does, an excellent job of Tetrising all the stuff back into the back. The important stuff still accessible, and the stuff we don't need out of the way. Otherwise, I think we're ready to road trip. Can you say bye-bye to our campsite?
Bye, campsite.
So
Bye, Big Bend.
We had lots of fun.
We had lots of fun. It's right here. We're leaving it here. This one, that one, and that one.
Bye-bye, Roadrunner. We'll miss you.
So begins the exit journey.
The Ernie. We had a fun trip. I think everybody had fun. This is an awesome campground, probably one of the best in the country. And we still have a few stops in the park to make along the way out to finish our Big Bend experience. And we're going to convoy all the way back to Midland, Texas tonight, where we're then going to unceremoniously deposit Steven at the airport. And then the rest of us will drive home. What a spot. What a place. Casa Grande waving goodbye to us up there. Emery Peak saying, "We know you'll be back."
Ha! I'll be back.
What? The wind moving all the trees around?
Yeah, kicked up today. Must be all the warm stuff coming in.
Yeah. Last time we were up here, it was super windy and a good bit colder than it was this trip.
It was way windier when we were the tent in the site was like flopping to the ground.
It was like literally like laying down,
If they
and then it would
weren't
pop
in
up.
it, it was
Lay
like
down. We're going to an exhibit to learn something out here in the desert.
Hey, Granddaddy.
There's Granddaddy.
Do you want to walk up there too?
Yeah.
Good job.
See the great Chisos rising in the distance?
The grave site is one of the few visible traces of Curtis and Nina Hanold's pioneer homestead. In 1908, the Hanolds moved here from Oklahoma by covered wagon. While Nina took care of the ranch and 3 children, Curtis supplemented their income by teaching school in dugout wells 8 miles away. There's a town? Anyway, at age 29, Nina contracted uremic poisoning during pregnancy and died September 30th, 1911. She asked to be buried on this hill overlooking the spring where she had often read to the children in the shade of the cottonwoods. I also don't see the cottonwoods, but this is a wash here, so
Somebody buried it?
we dug out wells. I didn't actually register that there was like a whole town enough there to have a school to be taught at.
Yeah.
This must have been a pretty intense place to ranch, you know?
Very much so.
I mean, obviously it was a hard time to be alive anyway, so like this lady died from something that she would have died from if she were living in New York, but it was, yeah, uremic poisoning.
Yeah.
Sepsis, in other words. Yeah. It would have been a really, really intense place to live.
Don't stick your head through there.
So this is a spring.
Your way back to the seat buckle.
I'm sure Granddaddy's coming with you.
Go ahead.
Cactus.
What do we see?
Depends on what the nutritional value is. Cactuses, and we saw a grave site of some pioneers from 1908.
It's really interesting to think about that time period.
Still being pioneers.
Yeah. I mean, that would have been,
Right.
not to put it in too modern of a phrase, but Red Dead Redemption 1
Yep.
era. But, yeah. I mean, this was very much still the Wild West in the early 1900s.
Oh yeah.
So, really cool to put yourself in the mindset of a family etching a living out here. They didn't say what they ranched. It had to be cattle, though. Like, what else could possibly live here, right? But we've seen cows. We know cows live here. Here.
Oh yeah.
Welcome. From ferocious sea creatures to massive dinosaurs and tiny early mammals, Big Bend Rocks preserve one of the most diverse fossil records in North America.
Do you see those pictures?
Yeah,
What's that?
I don't know.
What is that?
It's an elephant.
Good job.
Okay, let's go see.
An elephant.
Echinoids? Aren't those cool? Get this way. Ooh. Look, that's what it looks like when it was.
There's all kinds of fossils here from a bunch of different interesting eras. Like, look at that thing. Horrifying. I wonder what kind of fly it would take. It's kind of funny, but you can almost see it, you know? What are you? Oh, it's an alligator. Wait, it's just Theodore. Inside a giant alligator's mouth.
Wait, I kind of want to go to the T-Rex.
This is really cool.
Well, there's somebody in that one right now.
Okay, I'm good now. I'm scared.
All right, look at me. Look at me.
Hendrix, like you.
Hold on, I'll talk to you.
I don't think you're supposed to be in there, Jim.
All right, Colin, look here. It's easier for them.
Can I get another one out? Nothing was saying.
Alright, hey, if either of you girls want to come to Mike's
That's the flying, whatever you call it. And then get in this way. Mommy?
That would have been a tall critter. So this was all much wetter during the time that dinosaurs were here, but you can almost kind of see it, you know? Like if you picture it with water on top of it. And then came the next period. The one that nobody really talks about, that's between the ice age, between the dinosaurs and the ice age, when our ancestors, those guys, came around. If you believe in that kind of thing. No further comments? But this is when the Chisos Basin and stuff like that were formed, the volcanic highlands. And so like this is the volcano blowing out and creating where we camped this week. Just cool nerd stuff. Look, Grandpappy.
Wait, don't get me. Wait, don't get me.
It worked really well. It was particularly cool inside. The way that the breeze was angled and everything. So this pavilion can be self-sufficient with a water cistern and solar. And neat.
The roof catches all the rain and puts it in a cistern.
It collects both rain.
Both drops.
I agree with Steven, though. It's been a really cool exhibit. Rivers of stones and bones. The sandstone you were looking at here was once part of an ancient river system. Geologists can tell from the ripple marks and distinct cross-bedding etched in the sandstone that the rocks were once part of a flowing stream bed. The shape of the stream beds and the size of the sand grains within them can also reveal the direction the water was flowing and how forcefully the water was moving. When ancient mammals died, their remains were sometimes swept into streams during rainy periods or floods. When this happened, bones from the animals could separate and scatter along the river. As a result, fossils of animals that have been preserved in these rocks are often incomplete, broken, or heavily worn from tumbling along the stream bed. I can almost see it looking like a riverbed, too. We can get up, but we can do it together.
Get up, but we're gonna get all up together. Okay. You have to keep your feet planted. Would you like to go to CT? Come over here. Go straight to her. Watch your steps. Thank you for holding my hand.
Following the age of dinosaurs, the upland habitat of Big Bend was dominated by periods of intense volcanic activity. The distant Chisos Mountains are remnant of one of these volcanoes. For many thousands of years, the volcano remained dormant until sudden explosive eruptions periodically brought it to life. Between eruptions, rivers and streams formed at the base of the volcano. This riparian habitat was rich with life, including many types of strange and unique mammals. Fossilized remains of some of these animals are still found today in the rocks that were once on the bottom of these sandy rivers over 45 million years ago. Today, the volcano is no longer active. All that remains of the ancient mountain is the eroded core that forms the Chisos Mountains. Reaching 7,825 feet at their highest point, the Chisos Mountains tower above the exposed river rock that forms the hoodoos in the badlands below. Voodoo hoodoos.
We've all enjoyed the dinosaur fossil discovery. Big Bend is a fairly rich deposit of fossil activity from all kinds of different time scales.
Yeah, pretty much the whole range.
The entire period.
This would have been some
There
ancient
has
beach.
been life here in this area since life began.
It's probably the
So-
least life right now.
That's something. Yeah, that's you know, probably right.
That's really neat.
For most of its time period, it was an ocean or a forest or a swamp or a coastal sea, and now it's a desert.
It's done all the things.
Life is still here, just in significantly different forms. Neat.
To hold my stuff in. I'm always afraid.
That bench is made of petrified wood. Or possibly a replica, but
Oh, wow. How do I get down?
It's got sharp teeth. That were what?
Can jump?
Yeah,
Am I brave?
yeah,
Do you think I can do it?
yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I might be scared. I can't. Should I try it anyway? You tell me I can be brave? Yeah?
can you say you can do it?
Okay, thanks. Oh, wow! We did it! Do you want to try? No, okay.
There's good dirt for playing in.
Big hugs. And go get in our seat buckle and see what's next, okay?
Dinosaur poop.
We know what dinosaurs ate because of poo.
Well, I don't think quite yet. Maybe
Look,
after
here's the
lunch
dinosaur
today.
poop. It's still frozen in stone.
Wow.
We know dinosaurs ate poop.
I think it's too early for dogs yet. Well, you haven't finished your big bar yet.
So there's a trail leading off to the left from like a maybe
The stuff that fell out of the purse.
another quarter mile down. I think it goes to that gap over there. But it was in my Big Bend hiking book as one of a very interesting hikes. It's one of those places where the canyon, it's dry, arid, desolate, and in the canyon there's like a bunch of plants and life. It's supposed to be pretty interesting. And then those are the Chisos down there. So these are some other mountains here. Few people witness flash floods, but this dry wash shows the aftermath. The wide, steep-sided channel demonstrates the flood's scope and power. From the streambed rubble of plant debris, gravel, and occasional bones, you can envision a muddy torrent churning with uprooted shrubs, tons of rock and sand, and struggling desert creatures. Within minutes, the torrent becomes a trickle, and the next day the wash is completely dry again. Sudden walls of water have etched many arroyos in the Big Bend landscape. Flash floods have washed out this bridge more than once.
Some conservancy bought it
Yeah.
and
Up here.
to donate
Yeah.
to the government to add to the park.
Huh. Can damaged
Somebody's got their
lands?
ranch over here.
Yeah, the Rosios. So I guess this is the part that's still there. Still private. The vast desert in front of you was once viable rangeland. By the time this land was purchased by brothers Edward and Houston Hart in 1958, the area was dramatically altered by overgrazing. Despite consultation with the Soil Conservation Service, the Hart brothers were unable to halt soil erosion and restore grassland habitat. Restoration of native grasslands continues with a long-term National Park Service project called Grasslands, Not Badlands. Habitat restoration is a complex science and a time-consuming process. Over the years, through trial and error, park staff have researched and developed different techniques to encourage growth of native grass species. A successful method has evolved to plant strips of vegetation perpendicular to the flow of water across the landscape. The strips slow the flow of runoff after it rains and lets the soil absorb more moisture. This prevents erosion. Will the park succeed in restoring desert grasslands? It will take many years, but National Park Service scientists will continue to refine their techniques as they attempt to heal the damaged lands.
Well, that's interesting. That would be a fairly recent development of
Yeah.
actually having grazable land out here.
You can see places around.
Here's the... Steven's already planning his next trip,
Some of these areas are so green. Like, when does that happen?
right? Well, Rio Grande Village we mostly saw at night, but it's really green and willowy down there.
Oh, yeah?
People have lived and traveled through this land for nearly 10,000 years. This natural pass, now called Persimmon Gap, has long been the easiest way through the Santiago Mountains for people and animals. You are part of this legacy of travelers. Bands of Comanches, Apache, and other tribes established a trail system to move from summer grounds in the north across Persimmon Gap to settlements along the Rio Grande. They used the trails for raiding and for trading. The Cooper family operated a store in this building, providing a place for commerce and conversation. The Cooper store was a place where visitors, park staff, and local ranchers could all meet and swap information and stories. It opened in the 1940s and continued operating after the park was established in 1944. That answers several of our questions. The visitor center carries on that tradition today.
I guess it does grow some.
This is our end of our Big Bend trip. We're at the Persimmon Gap entrance and we're about to head out back into just Texas. We're gonna stop in Marathon next for gas and maybe food if they've got it. And then we're heading to Midland. The bees are swarming the recycling over there, so they're all over the place, but they seem unaggressive.
No, for now.
For now. Stoppability. Galaxy does not know. I thought you were peeing, but turns out you're just getting water.
Don't worry, it's only water.
We're in the town of Marathon, where we're gonna grab a light lunch. Good, he did too, in honor of himself.
I need more nap. Oh, he does too.
Y'all aren't done napping for the day?
Do you want chips for a pasta salad?
Chips.
Okay.
Is he cute? Do you love your alligator? Here you go, Granddaddy.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah. Mommy, where's Granddaddy?
I think Granddaddy's finding some milk with the fan.
I have to see.
Where are we?
We are at the V6 Cafe.
Here's the tuna.
Food.
Here you go.
Clean off of it. V6 coffee shop and our assorted store. Associated store.
No, I have to sneeze. Son sneezes.
You've been trying to sneeze all day.
I've gotten so many.
Oh well. This is really fancy though.
I hear sounds of the small one.
Look at the fire pit. Look at the random peppers hanging from the wall.
Might not be our small one. Work out the kinks,
Yeah.
you know? But I would like to... Yeah, and then we probably need to get back on the road.
Yeah. Do you think they have ghosts?
Probably.
This will make the movie too.
Alright, give me a couple minutes, I'll have your confirmation email sent over to you, it could take 7 to 10 days. Here we are. Alright, doing this? It just means yourself an initial sign and date.
Stay away from the
This has all of our spa, a map of our property, information.
Sun.
Yeah.
Like a little sign. Early run. Theater, you covered? You are.
Covered up.
So there is conveniently actually a geocache at this spot.
Oh yeah?
In addition to the urgent need to poop.
About the overland stage line that comes through here.
Okay.
Or came from.
I heard San Francisco.
On the
but-
plaque it said, yeah,
San
St. Louis
Francisco.
to San Francisco. So it
St.
must have
Louis.
gone east to west as opposed to going south into
So it probably
deep Texas.
crossed St. Joe, Missouri, or one of those. What's the other one? Independence.
The geocache hint says woodpecker home.
Interesting. Is it right about here?
It's got to be on one of these trees then, right? Like,
There's a hole right there.
yeah. It says 26 feet, so with an accuracy of 30 feet in the
Bill advised me about sticking my hand in the hole. Said, don't stick your hand in that hole. He would tell me. Let's stop at every other geocache the rest of the way back.
Yeah.
It's only 2,000 miles.
yeah, a few hundred. There are many people that have thousands of them under their. I assume that's what they do. Stop at every. But I mean, there's lots of interesting places that it
Don't you
takes.
registered it online?
Yeah, you log in on the website.
Well, then,
Or on the app.
this end's got a handle on it. Hope it has on this end.
Another roadside geocache found.
Another roadside potty break.
Yep.
Another happy stick.
Another guy who loves his sticks.
He's the
What if
same
your
guy.
little
He's
light
just
on
another
the front
stick.
is out?
Huh? That's Granddaddy. I'm regular daddy. The geocache here was about the Bakersfield something stage line.
Buttersfield Overland Stage Line.
When we were in Missouri, we saw one of the places, one of the stage lines left from one of those towns in western Missouri that we used to stop out, like St. Joe or
Yeah, it was the
Independence.
You can only imagine riding a stagecoach across this environment, how interesting that would be. Well, let's go find a place for adults to pee then, shall we?
Shall we do it?
We shall.
his little face.
We are back in Midland. So we're kind of back on a road trip now as opposed to a nature trip. Just gotta make our way home.
Well, we're back into town. Civilization. We got us a nice cluster of rooms together.
Nice.
I think if we order it and then shower or something, because it's gonna take a while to figure out where we're doing.
Yeah.
I bet Steven's already in the shower.
He may be.
All right, we're in a room. This box is our charger box. It's really dusty, and it's kind of out of place here in the very clean room. Steven gets his rooms because he's a pilot. He gets a bunch of free points, or gets a bunch of points anyway. So,
Oh, my baby.
is Mama getting really excited over there?